Welcome back to my channel. Today marks the second to last video that I will be doing during my studies here at Champlain St. Lawrence. In today's video, I will try to make it fun and relatable for all. Everybody here has watched at least one episode of The Office. If you haven't done so already, we'll stop the video right here and go do so. You will thank me later, I promise. But if you do not follow my advice, I will make it easy for you to understand. The goal of this project is to relate how 3 specific chapters relate or not to the television series. Today we talk about leadership, motivation, and diversity. These chapters, I believe, are truly important because they affect the effectivity and the production of the workers in a company. They have a direct impact on the production and productivity. We will see what actions a manager can take to increase the productivity in the company. How can he become a leader? How can he motivate his fellow workers? And how can he use diversity in the workplace at its advantage? As a small summary, for the weird people that haven't watched The Office yet, it is a comedy in which the storyline is based on a paper company, Dunder Mifflin, and its employee, well, more specifically, of the branch of Scranton. The manager, Michael, seems to never get any work done except annoying his fellow workers. Even if some job gets done eventually, it is easy to understand that the company could be more effective. Therefore, in today's video, we try to depict how Michael could be a better manager to his employees, with regards to the management course of our program. Let's start with an easy one. Managers are definitely not all leaders, although it would help that they be. Because leadership is the process of influencing others to achieve group or organizational goals, organizations and companies need leaders in order to survive. Although, in general, companies are overmanaged and underled. Today, we need to change that. According to the threat theory, leaders are people that drive, that have the desire to lead, that demonstrate honesty and integrity, that show self-confidence and a cognitive ability, as well as deep understanding of the business. There are many types and categories of leadership, such as visionary, charismatic, and transformational. These 3 lead to a strategic leadership, which is the ability to anticipate, envision, maintain flexibility, think strategically, and work with others to initiate changes that will create a positive future for an organization. In my opinion, Michael is the perfect example that a manager is not automatically a positive leader. He does not help the employees achieve their personal goal, nor demonstrate emotional stability, and is often self-centered. Most of the time, no directions, specific tasks, nor deadlines are given to the employees. This lack of timeline and directions are a direct cause of the decrease in productivity and motivation. Michael confirms Fiedler's theory. A manager or a leader functions well when the rest of the group functions well and auto-motivates itself. But we'll talk about motivation in a few minutes. An employee of Dunder Mifflin that I believe is an effective leader for the group is Oscar. Oscar is respectful with all, he works well with others, has deep knowledge of accounting and of the paper business, gives advice and directions to his department and to others in the branch. But moreover, he helps Kevin be the best he can by helping him accomplish tasks on a daily basis. The tip I would give Michael would be to act more like a serious mentor to the employees and therefore giving directions and tips as a part of his job. This way, he could act as a true leader and not only as a joke teller. I mentioned, while talking about leadership, that Michael could take certain actions to motivate his employees on another level. Motivation is the set of forces that initiates, directs, and makes people persist in their efforts to accomplish such a goal. Basically, a theory states that there must be a balance of the outputs and inputs for the employees to feel valued fairly. Through the equity theory, the expectancy theory, the reinforcement and goal setting theory, we understand that each employee is different and reacts to different methods in diverse aspects than, for example, another coworker. In the work environment of Dunder Mifflin, employees devote their entire day to working for the company. They spend a lot of energy to after-work conferences and other additional tasks. Although, in return, there are barely any possibilities of getting promoted, and there are few rewards such as bonuses, prizes, or else. Even if there is such a thing as common motivation in the workforce, such as with leadership, each individual employee finds his or her motivation personally. For example, Dwight, the assistant to the regional manager and salesperson, finds his motivation in making the manager proud. Loyalty is his primary motivation to work. Jim, another salesman in the company, says he works for the paycheck, which is fine, and for the friendship that he gets out of the job. On his side, a second salesman, Stanley, likes this stable job and feels thankful to have a job where he pleases himself and can relax. We can see that each character of the office have their own definition of motivation and find their motivation at different places, and that is fine too. The management team has to be flexible and adapt itself to various methods of doing. Lastly, let's talk about diversity. We are now in 2021, and diversity has come a long way since a few decades ago. But we still need to improve on the matter. Because The Office has aired over 15 years ago, we can see that some matter would not have been acceptable in today's society. A lot of critics have said that the series handled badly certain topics, such as race, sexual orientations, and genders, while others acclaim the way the series made jokes with such a delicate matter to better represent society. Everything starts with the fact that white older males such as Michael and Kevin, an accountant, were not truly open-minded and believed in one single opinion. This resulted in numerous seasons where the viewers believed the series could benefit from valuing people of diversity. Since the series is based on sarcasm, a lot of jokes and sarcastic comments are made towards people with differences instead of valuing them. Jokes are often made on Kevin's weight and difficulties, Angela's height, Oscar's homosexuality, Stanley's race, and others. I have to state that the show would be completely different and close to lame if it made attention to include positively everyone and everything that makes them different. Never in the show they truly or mentally physically assaulted someone different, but I do not think that this could have aired in today's society. If we focus on the matter and definition seen in the book and in the PowerPoints, we can see that Dunder Mifflin shows great employment equity, even with the jokes, as it has an ongoing planning process used by an employer to eliminate barriers in an organization's employment procedures and to ensure appropriate representations of specific member of the workforce. The corporate management teams at Dunder Mifflin makes a great effort to give every member of the workforce a chance to succeed. Women in the workplace have specific seminars and have programs to get more academic diplomas. A perfect example is Pam, the receptionist, who did a corporate sponsored course in New York in visual arts. Then, visible minorities had the chance to be a part of a management program made by corporate to value the diversities in management teams, a course that Kelly has taken as an Indian woman. The real problem, I believe, is the closed-minded manager and his jokes. If Michael acted as an open-minded and competent manager, the branch would have less problems and less conflicts. better training, equal access to training, better hiring criteria, mentors, and reasonable work accommodations could be added to Dunder Mifflin. In conclusion, Dunder Mifflin Scranton is a branch that functions well, except certain loopholes related to the manager. Although we have to agree that when Michael left, sorry for the spoiler alert, the show was certainly not as fun. But sometimes the management team has to make a choice between fun and productivity. In my opinion, there are too many companies that haven't found a perfect balance between the two. Leadership, motivation, and diversity are all subject of actuality because they all affect the way employees work and are efficient. And we all know that productivity directly affects profits, a general concern of management. Alright, this is it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed since I really had fun doing it. We'll see each other for a last video next week and see you there.